Well, I know I'm gonna eat, but what's there for you to do at a restaurant besides look at me?
We can dance. May I?
I've been wondering, baby, why don't we just make believe it ain't the first time we have met. And before the night is over, you're gonna be in love.
I can tell. Okay, so I just, like we said, I just really liked that scene, and I thought it was it needed to be in here because it showed what they could have been like if he wasn't a vampire.
Okay, my number 5. This was, for some reason, this was just so funny to me. I don't know why. This is when Bill had first brought Jessica, or Eric, actually Eric brought Jessica to live with Bill.
Yeah, he dumped her.
Yeah, and so Bill has to teach her the rules of his house. So, this is my number 5.
All of the rules, really.
Yes. Alright, my number 5.
Your bedtime will be at 4 a.m. and not a minute later.
Whatever.
And whilst you are under my roof, hunting is completely forbidden.
Like I'd know where to find people in this bumfuck town. Are we even in a town?
We also recycle in this house. True blood and other glass items go in the blue container, and paper products go in the white container.
Okay, it was just funny. For one thing, you go Bill, recycle, but who would even think?
You know, it's big. I read a thing about how Bill and Pam and them are all very big. The people who play them, not. I know Bill's not real. Are really big, and like on the set, it's a very green set and all this stuff. So I think that's probably why this was in there.
And that character had done like a complete 180 at the beginning of the show. I mean, I don't think he even. I mean, he was, you know, he had no humanity, as he would say. He had no respect for human life whatsoever. And now here's this vampire who's concerned with.
Well, he's going to be on the earth forever. He thinks
this is true. Okay, it was just funny. I mean,
it was just one of those little. I mean, we can't always be serious.
All right, Missy's number 4.
It was just funny.
Okay, we got it.
It was one of the few things Arlene did. I liked Arlene up until probably through season 2.
When she started being mean to Jessica.
Yeah, in season 3 I didn't like Arlene anymore. And I know things about Arlene that other people might not, so.
Because we've read the books.
Right, so I don't like her anymore. But, she could say some really funny things that reminded me of things that people in our family, if we brought a vampire home, things that people in our family would say. Not trying to be mean, just, just silly stuff.
Yes.
So this is just one of those things that, if I picked something from her, because we tried to pick something from everybody, this was my favorite thing she said.
Okay, so here's Missy's number 4.
I hope I was helpful, Sheriff Dearborn. Because last time we did this, after Renee, I know I wasn't. But I have the utmost respect for y'all. Because without law enforcement, we would be nowhere as a society.
The fuck, Arlene? This ain't a goddamn beauty pageant.
Oh, shit.
The only man I ever loved was just zipped up in a bag. And you don't even have the decency to pretend you give a fuck. I give a fuck?
Tara.
But I don't know what I expect. Trash is as trash does.
I'm sorry you fell in love with a serial killer, all right? But honestly, who here hasn't?
Only in Bon Ton would there be 2 women who ended up with serial killers. Come on.
I know. That's what I said on my Facebook one night. It's the night of the pink moon. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember, I wrote in my status, there's a pink moon tonight, I wonder what the hell's going on in Bon Ton. Yeah. And Amber said, oh my God, I know, I never even thought of that. Can you imagine? I'm so glad I'm not there.
Okay, my number 4 is it's Arlene again, but this one was more for Terry. I love Terry.
Yes.
I love Terry. He's fantastic. And Arlene has been kind of giving him the cold shoulder, and she's been really moody, and he doesn't understand why.
Because she's...
Well, he doesn't know yet that she's
Oh, he
pregnant.
doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he thinks that it has to do with that she's uncomfortable trusting him with her children. So he is going to give her all the reasons why it is okay to trust Terry with your kids. All right, so here's my number 4.
I know Kobe and Lisa are a part of you, and maybe you think I'm not the kind of person you want around them, but I made a list.
A list of what?
10 reasons why you can trust me with your kids. Number 1, I'm a nurturer. I found a baby armadillo by the side of the road, and I nursed it, and now it sleeps under my bed, and its name is Felix. Number 2, I have a diploma from anger management, where I learned talking about your feelings is the manly thing to do. Number 3, Number 3, I never killed nothing by accident. Number 4.
Okay. Gosh, I love Terry. I love Terry.
And that's funny. Especially, I never killed anything by accident. I never killed anything by accident.
I think I'd rather you kill something by accident than on purpose. It was pretty good.
And Felix. Hi, Felix.
Yes. Oh, you know, Alan Ball said that they wanted to have Felix on the show, and then they got an armadillo and realized armadillos are very new. All right, Missy's number 3. This was a big one.
I spoke about this earlier. Okay.
In the last video.
Yes. Okay. This was when just me and my husband were watching it. We both believed, based on this scene alone, that Sam was the killer.
Which, of course, I think is why this scene was included.
Oh, of course. But this was perfect. If you think now what Sam is, this was perfect.
Yeah.
How we did... Wow.
There were so many clues, and how we didn't get it,
Right.
I don't know. But this one should have been a really big one. But, okay, so my dad has been killed, and now Dawn has been killed, and nobody has any clues about what is going on.
And Dawn not only dated Sam, but she lived in Sam's apartment.
That he rented.
That he rented. And he goes over to her house.
And this is what happens. Okay, here is Missy's number 3.
So, that is a really cool scene. And it was really creepy. And, I mean, that was it. Me and my husband were both convinced. Well, then
And it wasn't just sniffing the bed. He put gloves on.
and he
touch
like
her,
and he like touched it, and but now we know why. He's a dog.
Yeah. But up until that moment, they believed, and when I was watching it with my husband, my husband was like, now tell me again that Sam ain't the killer. I know it. Did you see? That was weird. And so, yeah, we absolutely thought Sam had done it.
If that was your True Blood, if that is what you wanted to do, that totally worked. And if I wouldn't have read the book, I guess within 2 or 3 episodes, I had started reading the book. I would have, because David was all for it was Sam. It was Sam until Renee showed up in that kitchen.
Yeah, Matt too. Okay, my number 3. This is in season 3 again. This is another one of my top favorite other characters, Talbot. Not Talbot. Cooter is arguing for Bill to be punished because he's killed some of the werewolves, and Talbot has some thoughts on that. Okay, so this is my number 3.
Johnson's my best goddamn man. They're all dumber than a box of rocks. Sir, that's unfair. 2 boxes, maybe, or rocks.
That is so something that I would say.
It is so something that she would say. Oh my God. This is why I have been fighting people since the 5th grade. Because that right there is exactly how she is. She started saying things to people like that when she was in 2nd grade.
Okay. But I love Talbot. He is dead. He is the perfect queen.
He is dead.
He is. But he lived for a long time, so maybe we'll get some flashbacks.
Oh, this is true.
That would be nice. Okay. Missy's number 2.
This is a hard one to explain. Because this was a very long, drawn-out thing, and there's a lot of really good things if you took every section of this, but I think we're only going to talk about one part of it.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the part just where he's sitting there.
Yes. Okay, so here is Missy's number 2.
If y'all excuse me and Bill a minute, we have some business to attend to.
Where'd you find this?
Man, she smells fucking sweet.
And to think, just 5 minutes ago you were telling us how you were living mainly on synthetic blood. You big poser.
I don't know, Malcolm. She looks like a virgin to me.
That's none of your damn business, you nosy bitch.
It is my business, Cupcake. You want to know why? Because virgin blood is the best tasting blood there is. Well, second best. The best would be...
baby's blood.
Yeah.
I get hard just thinking about it.
Okay. I can remember when we watched this thinking, what is up with this?
Yeah.
And there were, like I said, there's a lot more, to this scene than this one part. But this right here really freaked me out about Bill. So there was always this little inkling I had that maybe there was more to him than we knew.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how much or whatever. Because I thought, how could he just sit there like that? And it was just, and obviously he was disgusted by them, but
he still, I mean, yes, and eventually he did get up and say, she's mine, and he stopped him. But he let her go through all of this.
He didn't even, speak to her when she
that
came in.
That fear and that terror before he finally got up and defended her. So, okay. Bill... Stephen Moyer.
Stephen Moyer. I'm saying Bill Moyer. I'm thinking about somebody else on HBO.
Yeah.
He did a very good job in it, because he totally creeped me out.
Yes. Okay, my number 2... I love this scene. This is Terry again. This is one of those that it was funny and at the same time
it was so sweet.
Kind of heart-wrenching. Season 3, Terry now believes that Arlene is having his baby, regardless of whether or not it was his baby. I think he'd have done the same thing. Moved in with her immediately and all of these things, So he is getting ready to move with Arlene and Sam shows up. So here's my number 2.